My name is Izumi Tanaka, and I'll be the MC for today's forum. The McCain Institute has long hosted the Sedona Forum in Arizona, United States, as a platform for frank, interactive conversations on global security. Today's Tokyo gathering is the first international edition of the signature event and brings the Sedona Forum's successful format to Japan. The late U.S. Senator John McCain, who created the Sedona Forum, believed in the power and potential of coming together, despite political differences, to work towards solutions that promote a safer and more prosperous future. Today's event honors his legacy and advances his vision. We are honored to begin the program with opening remarks from our distinguished speakers. Mr. Jack McCain, founder and CEO, McCain Advisory and McCain Institute board member. Mr. James Kondo, chairman of the International House of Japan. Dr. Evelyn Farkas, executive director of the McCain Institute. Please welcome the speakers to the podium.
おはようございます。皆さんがここにいてくださることをとても感謝いたします。どうもありがとうございます。As much as I would love to continue in Japanese, I will not inflict my poor command of it on you anymore. Ministers, members of the Japanese government, esteemed guests, and friends, good morning.
Good morning.
It is truly an honor to welcome you to the Sedona Forum, Tokyo, our first iteration of this gathering here in Japan or anywhere outside the United States, and I hope the beginning of a long and meaningful tradition. I want to begin by expressing my deep gratitude to the International House of Japan for their partnership, for their guidance, and their generosity of spirit. Bringing an institution with such deep intellectual authority and pertinent history into this endeavor has elevated the forum in ways that are truly hard to overstate. This event would just not have been possible without their commitment to the idea that dialogue, thoughtful, sustained, cross-cultural dialogue, still matters. I am equally grateful to the McCain Institute team, both those who are fortunate enough to be with us here in Tokyo and those working elsewhere around the world. They labored for months, and I admit often at my urging, to make this gathering real. Navigating time zones, diplomacy, schedules, the endless friction of global logistics, and no small number of world events, and yet we are here together in this gorgeous space because of their dedication. Thank you to the team. I would also like to acknowledge something openly. We had hoped to welcome more U.S. senators and members of Congress, and many of them wanted to be here, as well as RSVP'd yes. But as you all know, they now remain in session, wrestling with a world that feels increasingly fraught, from great power competition to the daily pressures of governing. But their absence does not diminish this event. In fact, I think it underscores why this forum and the Japan-US relationship is more important now than ever. Because when the world accelerates, when crises compound, when institutions strain under the weight of events, the most valuable thing we can do is pause and think, to exchange ideas, to listen carefully across cultures, and to develop the relationships that allow democracies to respond with clarity rather than chaos. That is why we are here today. And that is why I am profoundly grateful to each of you in attendance for choosing to spend your time contributing to a conversation that will ripple far beyond these walls and even this country. I look forward to a day of candid dialogue, of serious thinking, and of the kind of cooperation that my father believed was the true antidote to cynicism. May this forum not be an end in and of itself, but the start of new partnerships, new insights, and new commitments between Japan, the United States, and our shared democratic allies. Thank you again for being here, and welcome to the inaugural Sedona Forum Tokyo.
Thank you, Jack, for your kind words. Very important and eloquent words. And Evelyn, since you're speaking next, I want to thank you first for your leadership. This is an incredible and important event. I also want to thank everyone who flew in from the United States. Your commitment to being here means a lot for friends who care about US-Japan alliance. So thank you for being here. It's such a privilege to host you in Japan. And also for our Japanese friends, it's incredible that I see so many leaders and shapers of US-Japan relations here today. Such an important group. Thank you for being here. It's really a testament to how important the alliance is and the leadership of the McCain Institute that all of you are spending this time. I want to recognize in particular the lower house members who are here. Today. I was worried when the news of the snap election came up, and I was actually expecting, and I am seeing many people who are already in their districts getting ready for the election, and it's an incredible commitment for all of you to be here for this dialogue. So thank you so much for being here. It's really, really an honor that you're here. Many of you may know this, but the International House of Japan is indeed a US-Japan venture. We were founded in 1952 by an American, John D. Rockefeller III, and the Japanese, Shigeharu Matsumoto. We were funded half by American funding and half by Japanese donors. The most important thing we worked on when we were founded was re-strengthening US-Japan ties. And that alliance has kept not only Japan and the US, obviously, but the entire region safe and prosperous for the last 70 years. And it's really a testament not only to the policies and the ideas and also the initiatives that these leaders undertook, but really the friendship of the key architects of that post-war international order that the alliance really represented. And I'm really heartened by the legacy of McCain Institute in terms of this frank dialogue, but also I think friendships that really underscore the important alliances that have shaped the region. And so for this meeting, I'm really hoping that it will be a meeting about thought leadership. We need new ideas in this new era of new geopolitical challenges. We need new initiatives to really take the work forward, but maybe most importantly, the friendships that really underscore the ideas and initiatives. And your being here, your spending time here, your having dialogues here is really a start of that and the basis, I think, of everything that needs to happen. Looking at the caliber of people who are here, I'm pretty sure that this group can come up with the kind of thought leadership and initiatives that are needed. I do want to underscore the importance of the moment that we're in. It's easy to be, I think, troubled by the news cycle. But it is perhaps more important to note that we may be in maybe the most important juncture in the post-war international order and the stability and the frameworks and the ideas that really reinforced the peace and stability in the region. And one cannot really overemphasize how important and pivotal US-Japan alliance was for everything that is in this region. So I'm looking for new ideas, new initiatives, but again, most importantly, the friendships that underlie that new peace and stability that we need in the region. So thank you so much for being here. Lastly, I do want to recognize Ken Jimbo. Ken is there. Like I'm standing here, but Ken is the leadership at iHouse. that made this possible. And I really do want to thank the McCain Institute team, but also our team for putting this event together. So thank you so much.
Ohayo gozaimashita. I am not going to try to compete with Jack and his excellent Japanese, although I will have many arigatos to say. My name is Evelyn Farkas. It's my pleasure to welcome you to this event. This is the first time we have held the Sedona Forum outside of the United States. So since 2012, when Senator McCain established the Institute and started the Sedona Forum in Arizona, literally in his backyard, we have held it every year, with the exception of 1 year during COVID, in Sedona, Arizona, with the beautiful backdrop of the red rocks of Sedona, Arizona. This year, as I mentioned, this is the first time we've done it outside of the United States with the beautiful backdrop of, and we use the red color, of Tokyo, and of course Mount Fuji for some who have a view outside their window. So we are incredibly grateful to iHouse. This is a real sign of how energetic, innovative, and quick our alliance relationship can be. We spoke with Ken Jimbo, who, again, I also really need to thank both James and Ken Jimbo for their leadership and for taking the initiative when we reached out to them. And I also, of course, have to thank Jack McCain, because he was the real impetus, as he said, for this idea that we should do our first Sedona Forum outside of the United States in Japan. Why? Because there's a legacy, of course, with the McCain family, with Senator McCain himself, but also, of course, other members of his family in Asia Pacific, and then specifically in Japan. We felt also it was an important moment in our alliance, given all of the changes happening geopolitically, given the shifting balance of power in Asia Pacific. And then, of course, frankly, even though it feels like an odd moment to convene both of our countries, because internally the politics are so uncertain, it actually makes it, as James said, the ideal moment to do so. So we are really excited that we have this opportunity. You know, Japan and the United States, we are critical bilateral partners. The alliance is really important. We have participants and speakers also from other parts of Asia, because of course we know that many of our partners and allies from the region are looking to see how the United States and Japan weather the current geopolitical waters, if you will. So I think we're convening at the right moment. I do think that the spirit of the Sedona Forum is, as James said, thought leadership, open conversation among people who believe in a robust internationalist alliance and American role in the world in order to advance democracy, in order to make the world safe, free, and just for all people. And that is actually the motto of the McCain Institute. That's what we do day to day. We handle these convenings at the highest level, and we try to influence policy. I think that given everything I said before, standing here in Tokyo, Senator McCain's words from 12 years ago when he was here in Tokyo should resonate. And he spoke at that time to our Japanese colleagues. And he said, and I'm going to quote, "Let me speak directly to the Japanese people, especially the young Japanese here today. Your friends in America not only refuse to count you out, we are absolutely counting on you. We are counting on you to achieve your own goals of modernizing Japan's self-defense forces and national security institutions, to expand our defense cooperation, and to work with us to ensure a sustainable and effective U.S. posture in Japan and the region." And a little bit earlier, in the same year, Senator McCain gave a major speech at CSIS in the United States, and he spoke at that time to the Americans, to his own fellow citizens. And here he said, quote, and the name of the speech was Defining American Interests in Asia. And he said, quote, "While it is wrong to speak of a pivot to Asia, the idea that we must rebalance U.S. foreign policy with an increasing emphasis on the Asia-Pacific region, this is undoubtedly correct. The core challenge we face is how to make the rebalancing effort meaningful. And I'm going to pause here. Of course, we're not talking anymore about pivot, but we understand in the United States still we must turn increasing attention to Asia Pacific. And he continued, he said, after all, while the context of Asia is changing, America's interests in Asia have not. We still seek the same objectives we always have, the ability to prevent, deter, and if necessary, prevail in conflict. The defense of US allies, the extension of free trade, free markets, free navigation, and free commons, air, space, sea, and now cyber. And above all, the maintenance of a balance of power that fosters the peaceful expansion of human rights, democracy, rule of law, and many other values we share with increasing numbers of Asian citizens. So we are, as James said, fortunate to be joined by all of you. This is a high-level group. We generally convene at a high level and a small group of people because we want the right people in the room. So we are grateful that all of you made time. And we have representatives from industry, from government. Again, we are lucky to have members of the lower house. And we look forward to having a frank conversation and leading the alliance forward. In the last year, many of you know, we lost two of what we called, the Japan Watchers called alliance managers. So we lost Ambassador Richard Armitage and Ambassador Joseph Nye. They were two leaders who kind of in their personality and through the force of their interest and concern for the alliance, it kept our alliance going. Well, now it's time to turn this over to a new generation and more people, to broaden and deepen the alliance. And this is the first step. So we hope that this will be a successful first step. And I want to also add a few other thanks that I have not made yet. So first, of course, to Minister Konotaro. He was our honorary Kissinger Fellow last year. He is, of course, as you all know, a true thought leader. And what we loved at the McCain Institute was that Wikipedia identified him as the Japanese maverick, which many of you know John McCain was known to be a maverick. You know, he paved his own way. He hewed to his values, not party, really not self, just putting principles and ideas and values first above self and party. So we are grateful to Minister Kono also for his leadership in this event. We are grateful to our supporters. This would not have been possible, of course, without financial support. We are grateful to our gold sponsors, Amazon, to ANA, All Nippon Airlines, and the Special Competitive Studies Project. If you see members of those organizations, please thank them for us. And our bronze sponsor, Earth Corporation, which also has contributed some of their groundbreaking products you might see around today. But again, we look forward to frank conversations, to building and expanding the community of U.S. Japanese and U.S. Asia Pacific scholars, experts, practitioners. Thank you very much. Arigatou gozaimasu.